Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube, and today we're going to be talking about StormX and what I like and what I don't like about it. Currently, StormX is ranging right around 259 in the rank of all coins. Now, this is important because this is a top 500 coin, and you can see CoinGecko is only tracking 10,300 to be in the top 500, top 300, top 250 is a big deal. Now, I want to go ahead and say that what I don't like about StormX right out of the gates is that it is an ERC20 token. Until they can get ETH fixed, I mean, it's just going to kind of always be a little thorn in the side. But let's get into some of the fundamentals and what the coin is all about. And now this thing is only trading at a very modest $297 million market cap. Let that sink in for a second. I don't believe this is even on Coinbase yet, but StormX is a sponsor of the Portland Trail Blazers to boot. So we could see that circulating supply and total supply is 10 billion. Like, this is nothing to get to a $10 billion market cap or even a $9 billion market cap. Man, I tell you what, we're going to see some good things happen here. Currently, the price is at 3 cents. So if we can get to a $9 billion market cap, we're going to see StormX range up to around $1. So with that said, an 18 billion market cap would be $2. This is one of those coins where it would be very easy for it to hit 30 billion or $3 or 50 billion to $5 over the course of the next few years. So that is what's going on with StormX behind the scenes. Before we get into the TA, though, check me out on Twitter at Real6Fig. This is where I'm dropping updates to new videos, news, charts when I don't have a chance to make it back to my computer to update y'all. So here we go, folks. This is the daily chart of StormX. You can see that TradingView picked it up December 20th, 2017. And ever since really January of 2018, it looks like this thing caught just the very end of the bull run, and this thing suffered the collapse like everything else. Now, this does look a lot like Wyckoff here. You can kind of pull that up for yourself and just pause this video and compare. We can see that this could be the spring down here, somewhere in here, and this could be phase D of Wyckoff pattern. And currently we do have a very aggressive symmetrical triangle forming, and we can see this very evidently. And we do have a very nice bull flag pull that is built up here. We can definitely see Elliott wave theory that moved to the upside. This is very important that you guys learn Elliott wave theory. And this is definitely something to look out for when price starts to go parabolic. So with that said, currently we can see that the price is starting to trade sideways, and I do think that we will see price action really condense right into the tip of this symmetrical triangle right around the end of December, early January. Maybe sometime mid-December we may see price action really start ripping. Technically have a golden cross on the chart, even though it does not look like it. You can see that price action and the 50 moving average crossed up and over the 200 and is remaining there. So that is a good sign right now. We just need setup. And if I had to take a guess here, this is Ichimoku cloud. That's what these clouds are for. If I had to take a guess, I would say that StormX is going to trend down to about the 0.031 and exit above the cloud in this little time frame. So I'm thinking by mid-November, we're going to see price action kind of do this. And then I think it's going to shoot through this weak part of the cloud. And this is something that I always look for with the cloud. And it's very easy. You can kind of see what I'm talking about, how price action doesn't choose to go through the thick part of the cloud, but there was a little gateway through here that it was able to sneak through. So on the daily chart, I think we're definitely going to see possibly a consolidation within a consolidation. I do think that you'll see StormX range down to quite possibly the 0.0268-ish level and maybe bounce in between the 0.0336-ish level. So I do think that this is the path for StormX, and then it's going to sneak through there, set up into some sort of bullish pattern, and we might see price take off from there. If I had to speculate on what is going on, and this is not financial or trading advice, folks, but I do think that what we're seeing here is an ascending triangle that could be kind of shaping up on the grand scheme of things. So we might be seeing something like this kind of form, and then, of course, we might be seeing something like this happen. So this is definitely a possibility as to what is going on right now. It would make sense that this could be a big ascending triangle that is forming. We won't know till we know, though. But currently, that's my thoughts on StormX. So let's look at this thing on a 1-hour chart and just kind of try to get a vibe of where this thing is actually going. And yeah, I mean, we can definitely see that this trend line is clear, and we will probably likely bounce down to mid-November off this lower trend line. Now, one thing I do want to do is throw down some time sequence, and my goal here is to maybe produce a time sequence right in this area. So that will tell us there is a chance of possible volatility and market shift movement around that time frame. So this is interesting to me because let's go back to that daily chart. Remember, guys, when I was telling you about price action wanting to really drift through this weak part of the cloud, this is exactly what I'm talking about. When we start seeing Fibonacci time sequence really show up in these important parts, we definitely know that. Just want to make sure that this stuff didn't pivot when I moved the chart time frame, which it did not. So we can see that this time sequence notified us that, hey, something's going to happen here. Of course, we had a drop-off occur. We can see that very evidently. So this makes sense that November 25th, there is going to be some sort of movement change. We might see price action kind of do one of these and then swing to the upside or start swinging to the downside. Just depends on which way the market is going. So this is great news to see this, and let's just see if we can get a double confirmation out of this. And what I really want to do is measure from either this point down to this point or this point down to this point. So let's move this to right about here. And so interestingly enough, we can see that we do have a time sequence that shows up here. So that's not really going to tell us much right now until we know which way this thing's going to go. But really, that's my take on StormX right now. I'm bullish on this. So as long as we can see these lows keep getting higher, I think that StormX is likely to experience some great numbers ahead of it. And I think that we might be able to argue the fact that there could be quite possibly a 16-cent StormX in play. It wouldn't surprise me to see this 127 mark reverse or have some issues there. That would be about 12, almost 13 cents. Certainly could run a lot higher, and I do think that this would actually have potential to maybe run up to these higher 20-cent levels, if especially if we get a Coinbase listing and get some more liquidity in the market, because this is just such a crazy low market cap, and I think that the gaming industry and things like that is going to be huge. So with that said, folks, I hope you guys enjoyed the channel. Big shout out to all the Patreons. Thanks for supporting the channel. Feel free to subscribe, like, and we'll see you guys on the next video.